No brains, like, no brains at all. Literally no brains. Hello and welcome to another episode of Frogs Hollow TV. And joining me once again in beautiful Hervey Bay. Hoppy, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Alright, been a busy couple of weekends.
Yeah, you haven't stopped, my friend. You've been quite a busy boy.
It's been good fun, North Queensland. Lovely place to be, Charles Towers, and then Don River. We just got home last night. And
yeah.
Great.
I can think of worse places to be.
Yeah. Tonight's going to be another jam-packed show. Quick summary, review of last weekend's Gold City 450 in Charters Towers, AORC round 4. And then last month's Mini Pave 250 down there in beautiful South Australia. We'll bring you the Start of the Week segment once again, preview the upcoming Warialda 200 and Wynarka Enduro in South Australia this weekend. Plus, we'll have a one-on-one chat with 2022 New South Wales Offroad champion Dave Chandler from Port Macquarie later in the show. Again, Hoppy, we're honoured and privileged to have amazing support of our Frogs Hollow TV partners. Overwhelmed, talked to a few of them on the weekend, just can't thank them enough. They just love the sport, love the show, and just want to promote us and the show as well. It's a good combination.
It's pretty cool when you got people like that behind you. You know, they put their trust in you. It's nice.
So a quick shout out to Comiskey Mining Services, Craig Barnett, Cougar Racing, Chapmans Performance Dyno Tuning, Central Desert Transport, Rangecon Mining Services, Diesel Care in Gundawindi, MR Trans, Innovative Interiors, the Rushtrucks, Loveday 4x4 Adventure Park, Broughton IGA, Paddy Jarrett and his family down there in South Australia, Racer Imports, Aussie Offroad Media, Go Photogpraphy, and a new one this weekend is KJN Electrical. Kevin Knott has jumped on board the show, so thanks Kevin and his wife, the man himself.
Yes, we're on. Thanks, Kevin.
Getting on board the show, and very much appreciated. Once again, we'd like to thank our great contributors for this week's episode. Can't thank enough BD Wilson, Cole Tucker and Matty Curtis for their epic footage from the Mini Pave 250. Likewise, Paul Chorlton of Aussie Offroad Media for his Charters Towers stuff, and Dave Chandler and Shane Hutt for Warialda 200 videos in the preview section. So straight into our first event review, the Gold City 450 for 2024, Russ, the AORC round 4 in Charters Towers last weekend, hosted by Nakora. I was up there, it was very dusty. Yeah, national round, I think had 29 starters in the end. Mel and Liam Brandle, the father and son combination. On Father's Day, got their first national victory. It was pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Father's Day and father and son combination. You don't get better than that. That's pretty. That's some hard racing too up there.
Yeah, it was tough going. Yeah,
dusty.
It was dusty. Yep. But everyone said that they enjoyed the track by all reports. Mel Brandle was fifth outright in prologue, and then led after Saturday by I think around 58 seconds to Royden Bailey. He ended up winning the event by a minute and a half. A unique situation with AORC, and because they only had sort of 15, 16 starters, Mel Brandle led the event and actually started in fifth for the last section, which is sort of the way the seating works. It's the way the rules are. But to have someone leading an event and then starting off out of fifth position, just didn't seem right.
No, that doesn't kind of make sense, does it?
That's how it worked out. Mel Brandle just ran his own race and got to the checkered flag with the quickest time over 420 kilometres, and he deserved the win.
Good on him.
And now that opens up a big can of worms for the championship, ORC in Kalgoorlie in 6 weeks, because Mel Brandle is now the new provisional leader.
Ooh.
Over Bo Robinson, because Bo
had issues, didn't he? He didn't finish.
Yeah, talking about her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
bit of a shame. He's just been so close so many times.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. He's only 200 points behind, and Kalgoorlie definitely suits the Mason over the Pro Light Lumicraft.
That's it. And it's his home track too.
It is.
Yeah, so he's going home to have a run.
Glenn Ackroyd and Mick Price, the Nova Castrians. Oh, these blokes are legends. Tell you what, they had a big party on Thursday night. They missed their connection flight out of Brisbane, had 12 hours in Brisbane on the, you know what, I won't go into that. And they look very, second hand on Friday when I saw them. But the new Can-Am Maverick R performed faultlessly, and Glenn Ackroyd has been around for a number of years now, and he's driving that Can-Am very well, and
he's got a couple
second outright on national.
Can-Am, and then they started to come out with some really quick gear. It's shaking the buggies up.
Yeah,
it's good for the sport, I guess.
And James and Michael Mogford were a further 2.5 minutes back in third. They blew a front diff and a primary clutch on the final lap, dropped them down to third. Those things, you hear all this, like I'm not mechanically sounded as many, and I'll be the first to admit it. You hear all these blowing this, blowing that, and to still get them home.
And still get them home, yeah.
I think that's the thing I found interesting about Can-Ams. Like you blow something quite a major part in a buggy or truck, you're not leaving the track. But
that's right.
These Can-Ams,
they jump out, change the belt, and away they go again in a matter of minutes. It's not a matter of
drive and off they go.
It's just madness.
Also, I know your pick for the weekend. Mine was Royden Bailey. He was coming second and clipped the tree, unfortunately. Yep. But your tip, Laurie Svensson, was fourth outright in his German Autos chassis pro car.
He almost made it to the podium. Yeah, I picked him. He's one of those guys. He's always there at the end. He doesn't.
No.
He never gives up.
Yeah.
And that buggy, it's a well presented buggy.
Solid,
it's a solid machine.
I think they had a few dramas, he said in the interview after the race, pre-race.
Yeah.
They seemed to be all sorted. We had twin turbo Holden in the back of that and going well. Glenn Brickman, his best ORC finish, fifth outright. He was sort of always around that top 10. Didn't have his smoothest weekend, had a few dramas, but still great result. Yep. And also I mentioned Shippo, Michael Shipton in his performance tour drive. I know you had
Yeah, that thing's a weapon. You know, like we've got a class 5 and that thing, it's just, I'm glad we don't go against him because it's just an absolute.
He's going well.
It's awesome.
And also Hank Parker, Hank the Tank, and Ross Newman and Declan Cummins for their class wins at Charles Towers.
So Hank or Norman, I'm not exactly sure what we want to call him, but we'll see how we go with that.
He just keeps going well.
He's
the
awesome.
silver bullet, great to see.
And Ross didn't roll it.
No.
So you got to love that. He kept on fours. Well done, Ross.
Yeah. So that was the ORC round 4 at Charters Towers. Great little event, and I believe it'll be there again next year.
Yeah, I'll be damn hotter than a frying pan. Put me on the stove, don't touch me. I'm about to fly and go to Russia.
I'm pulling up with an emo chick that's broken. That college dropout music every day like that. She be too thick, and my friends are all annoying. We go dumb, yeah, we go stupid. This that.
The 2024 Mini Pave 250 at Port Germain, hosted by Ian and Brenda Barkle. I've been down there before. Great little event down in South Australia. Another dusty event, which is very typical this time of year.
That's right.
Definitely on the East Coast or the West Coast. Great result for Cole Tucker, which is Simon Tucker's son. He's just purchased the Adam Burl Jimco V8 powered. And he's taken the victory. The results were sort of held back for a bit of time until they become official. But they've come out, and 2.5 minute victory. I think it was only I believe his second start in the Jimco. It's pretty cool.
I love that.
Want to put some pressure on his father in the Class 1.
I tell you, he's going to be one to watch in the future then, if that's his only second start.
Bays, Simon and Cole Tucker, one of my favourite calls of the year, I reckon, down at Hillston a couple of months ago. Another South Australian outright podium for Toby Ryman in his Scorpion, finished second. And Matty Curtis, who we'll see some in-car of. I think he has a Prolite Rhino. His father built it in 2013. I was talking to him today. Yeah. Matty Curtis, he's one of those guys not many have heard about. He's only really done the South Australian scene. He's mightily quick. Yep. He won the all round at Port Germain, like the club event, the state round in June. He was third outright a couple of weeks ago at the Mini Pave 250, which is an MA round.
Yep.
Matty Curtis, he's one of those guys you just would love to see at these big events, to see how he performs, drives the doors off it. I think he's only around late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, he's only young.
I know his father built the car and they're doing great things.
That's good to see.
South Australian stalwart Daryl Nissen and one of our partners of the show, Paddy Garrity, Port Broughton IGA, finished fifth outright in his single-seater tiny, but I believe that was his first finish, so shout out to Paddy. Well done. Thanks for the support, mate. Michael Parham, Mark Taylor, Toby Waitley and Dennis DeBrenny were the other class winners at the Mini Pave 250. Also, a shout out to Glenn Pike, who won the Moisten Short Course on Saturday, just gone, down there in Geelong, a Geelong club event. You're only around 15 starters, but it's always nice just to add that in. We try to cover all our events.
That's what we're here to do.
We'll also bring you some coverage of the Rainbow Risers and, of course, Don River Dash next weekend. Before we go into our preview section, congratulations to Kent Battle, who was victorious yesterday at the Don River Dash.
Yeah, not bad.
A sweet win for Kent and his brother up there in Bowen.
They just kept their head down and stayed out of trouble for the weekend. That's how you win.
Yeah, and we'll bring you more from the Don River next week's episode. Now on our Start of the Week segment, pretty exciting. There's something about this segment that just makes me smile. Two numbers that are significant for the weeks or week ahead. The first one is 2 years in a row that 2 elements have finished the Don River Dash first and second. That's a cool stat.
That's an awesome stat. That's 2 Australian-built buggies up against the big boy, the Jimcos and the Brethnells and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And they're coming home and beating them.
And they're not just beating them, but they're outlasting them.
That's right.
Don River's tough. So to be there, you've got to be there at the finish. And there was only 2 elements in the field, and they finished
first and second.
Last year it was Bailey and Havey. This year Battle and Bailey. So Royden's reversed his position, but great to see.
Well done, guys. Top work. Good work.
Might
be
trying to buy an element. What do you reckon?
I wouldn't know.
Tickets.
Yeah, I keep buying them. We'll never know.
Second number for the week is 4. The number of races in consecutive weeks for Queenslander David Luffman. So he's done Charters Towers, Don River, Warialda this weekend, and then he's heading to Millicent. I've been following off-road pretty hard in Australia the last 15 years or so, and I can't recall anyone. I've known a few that have done 3, but doing 4, and to top it off with a trip to South Australia, Millicent, Mount Gambier. Massive shout out to David Luffman. And he come 10th at Don River too, so he's not just idling around.
Yeah, he's hooking in.
He is, the honey badger.
That's not a bad average. That's not bad effort.
Yeah,
that's pretty good effort.
So now straight into our event previews for this weekend. It's the Hunter Rivmaster Warialda 200. Round 5 of the New South Wales Motorsport Australia Championship.
Your old stomping ground.
Our stomping ground. Heading home for that one. Looking forward to it. Without last year's champion Michael Napier in the field, throws a bit of a... Nap's sort of been, I think, the clear favourite, but I think he's doing a few sort of R&R with his Lumi craft, which is great to see. Nap's had a good 2023. Josh and Ali Howes are going to be there. Not on the entry list as we speak, but I know they are heading to Warialda. Josh is the man to beat for me. He's shown it at AORC level the last 3 or 4 years. But Ali,
I'll tell
you what, she won Milberdale a few weeks ago.
Little bit of family rivalry there, especially brother sister. Like, let's be honest, I've got a sister and all that sort of caper, and it's always there. On. It's always there.
2022 winner and last year's runner-up Justin Guy, Kempsey's Matty Huxley, David Chandler, and championship leader Ben Scott will be on the money. So to Derek Wheely Rose, I've got to give him a shout out. What sort of hopes Wheely got? I don't know. We'll see Friday night to see what state he's in, but hopefully everything's going well. And also Thomas Dixon, his new Crumco Baja Bug, I think will be one to watch. David Luffman, Gundy's Jamie Knight in the trophy truck. I'll tell you what, I don't know if he'll win it, but he'll be thereabouts. That's a strong truck. And
you can't rule him out.
No. Richard Wilton, Warwick Rose is making his return to racing, which is Derek's younger brother. He's bought a Nissan Navara Class 5 actually. It's going pretty well. First time he's raced in, I reckon 10, 11 years, Warwick.
Where did you buy that from, by any chance?
The Loaders in South Australia.
Oh, righto, fair enough.
So it'll be good to see. And also a shout out to Nugget back home, debuting his little Super 1650 this weekend, the ex-Dallas Redding car, which is another, you probably heard of Dallas.
That was a good little car.
Yeah, good little beam car.
That was a nice little beam car.
So Nugget's taking ownership of that off Dallas, and he'll be out this weekend. So a couple of Warialda cars doing battle. And also Craig Anderson, former New South Wales Championship winner, other notable entries.
Yep, cool.
Got a tip for Warialda.
You can't go past the house if they turn up.
Yeah.
Like
they'll be there,
yeah. You've got 2 of the best there, let's be honest. Brother and sister, and then coming off a win, she's going to be Ali's going to be just full of confidence. So, if I was, I'd say, look out, brother, I'm coming.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I reckon Jamie Knight's got to be.
Jamie Knight.
He's got to be sort of in there as well. So
I think Justin Guy, he won in 2022, second last year to Naps. He'll be thereabouts. Matty Huxley saved himself from Milberdale to come to Warialda. So that means he's got a bit of confidence. But I can't go past Josh. I think if Josh has a clean run, Shawnee Harris in the navigator seat, best of mates. Josh is fresh. He didn't race Milberdale. The track suits him a lot more open, more flowing a bit than Milberdale. I think he'll be the one to beat.
Yep.
But it's going to be a good weekend. Also this weekend's the Truck Factory Wynarka Enduro, which is the final round of the AORC series down there in South Australia.
Okay.
I haven't been to Wynarka. I think it's a couple of hours east of Adelaide. All reports are very rocky, technical, sort of tree-liney sort of a track.
Righto.
Just that typical South Australian
sort of
terrain,
country,
a lot of farmland.
Yep.
Shout out to last year's winner Aaron Habey. He won't be there this year. His brother will though, Carl Habey in the element. Definitely the one to watch for me.
Yeah, naturally.
Nick Hicks in his element as well. Shout out to Nick. He's one of our partners on the show.
Okay.
Rangecon Mining Services. All the best to you. Tyson Proud, Tony Waitley in his new Can-Am Maverick R, and David Hoare, who's come off a win at the Rainbow Risers, ones to beat. Other notable entries include Angus Mackay, Ivan Smocker in his single-seater, Travis Conrad, Trent Gravestock and Michael Parham in his Can-Am Maverick. A tip for that one?
Got to go TT.
Yeah.
Got to go Habby.
Yeah. Gotta go.
They're just, after the Don, they're just
Carl Habey.
They're just building beautiful cars.
Yeah, they are.
You know.
Yeah, I think it's hard to go past Carl Habey. But if something did happen to Carl Habey, I think either Nick Hicks, and don't be surprised, Tony Waitley.
I'm just going to say, that's what I got down here.
He's in the Can-Am Maverick R. Tony's no slouch. He'll be pushing hard. I think I got about 20 in the field, so it's a good little event in there. All the best to those competitors. Earlier this week, I was lucky enough to get a few words with 2022 New South Wales Off-Road Championship winner, Dave Chandler, about this weekend's Warialda 200. Check it out. I'd like to welcome on to tonight's episode of Frogs Hollow TV, Dave Chandler. Welcome on, mate.
Hey, Todd. Thanks for having me.
How's things over on the East Coast? Looking forward to Warialda this weekend?
Yeah, mate. Actually, down here packing now. Keen as mustard to get back out to Warialda. Love it out there. So it's sort of home country for me. So keen to get out there.
Yep. About 40 entries, a couple of big hitters. Matty Huxley saved himself from Milredale. He'll be there. Josh Howes, Justin Guy. What do you expect? I know you're looking for a big result. You're just saying you haven't had that top sort of finish at Warialda has always been something hold you back, but this weekend.
Yeah, never had a clean run at Warialda, always had a drama. A couple of punches last year. The year before that, we rolled her over. So, it'd be nice to have a clean run. But, look, you got Justin Guy running. He'll definitely be a front runner. Like you said, Huxley. Scott's boys, mate, leading the championship at the moment. They're definitely a contender too. Tony Dixon in that new car of his is a bullet. So, there's going to be some very strong cars out there. So, it'll be good racing. And you didn't have a bad result at Milredale. I think you come fifth about a month ago. Your car, you got the new engine. How's it all coming along? Yeah, look, we had to put a brand new motor in. Like I said, everything's gone wrong with the car the last 12 months. But brand new motor put in the car. Went really well at Milredale. We were, I think, up to third outright, but I hit a stump passing a slow car a couple of laps to go. So we lost a bit of time. I had to pull over and change a flat tyre. But, mate, the engine, thanks to Richard Wilton and Scarza Automotive, we've got a good, strong motor again now. So hopefully it stays together for Warialda for us. And Warialda, what do you like? I know you got a lot of family and it's sort of home to you in a lot of ways, but what do you like most about the Mount Monomeath and the Hunter Rid Master? Warialda holds a high now in our camp. Obviously, my old man's hometown, and I was raised out there at Warialda with the Rose family and stuff. Mate, I reckon Warialda, the short course track's the best track in New South Wales, hands down. It's flowy, it's really quick. It's a good racetrack, good balance of drivability and car. Really enjoy the track there. It's definitely my favourite medium course on the calendar for sure. And the long course, as it's proven to me many times, it's challenging. I've, like I said, never had a clean run around Warialda, so it'd be nice to just have a nice clean run out there. And your navigator this weekend, I was just watching some of the info you sent for this show. He's always on the ball. He does a great job. Yeah, Jono. Me and Jono have got a great partnership now. Jono knows my abilities and lack of abilities. Knows when to push me. I like someone to be in my ear. A lot of people, that drives them mad. This is a navigator yelling at him, screaming at him. But Jono knows if he's not up me and telling me to push, I go off with the fairies and go, start just cruising. No, look, Jono's great. He's good in the way that he gives me some feedback and tells me where I can go harder and where we need to back off and look after the car. So, real good partnership at the moment with me and him. Very good, mate. Anyway, that's about all we have time for tonight. Thanks heaps for, everything you've done for the sport in New South Wales as chairman and a big part of the Kempsey Club. All the best this weekend. We'll see you at Warialda. Thanks, Dave, and it's good to see the show back on board, mate. And thank you for what you do to our sport. It's great and it gets it out there. Cheers, mate.
Always, mate. Always great to chat with Dave Chandler. He won the Kempsey 300 last year in his new Gymco. I think he was 5th at Milborough a few weeks ago with a few dramas. He hasn't quite pipped them at Warialda, but if he has a strong start, them Gymcos are tough. He gets out on that long course, gets quite challenging and rough out there. You just never know how far he can go.
Yep.
All the best to Dave and his navigator this weekend. Also on the calendar, upcoming events include next weekend's Pines Enduro, round 4 finale of the 2024 ARB Australian Offroad Championship. Looking forward to this one. Clayton Chapman can nearly taste the Australian Championship, but he's got to finish. That's the end of the day.
Exactly.
He might have had a terrific season so far, but to win the ARB Championship, you basically got to finish all 4 rounds.
And I think it'll suit him.
It will.
He comes from that rally background, and it's one of those tracks. It's a very rally, from what I've seen of it.
Might have to hold it back a bit.
Yeah,
you get a bit overconfident. Big straights.
Right. Don't you worry.
220, 230.
Go get him, bud.
Yeah, all the best to Clayton, and Bo Robinson will be there in the Mason, but we'll preview that next week. Yep. And also Three Springs in WA is on as well. I think it's pretty wet over there in patches. I was talking to Russ Cullen during the week. His guys were doing the track marking WA. It's like the penultimate round of the WA Championship. The last round's at Kalgoorlie.
Yep.
By all reports, another challenging round in WA. Adam Trewella will be leading the field there, and wish those guys all the best. We'll look into that again also next week.
Cool.
So that's a wrap on tonight's show, Hoppy. Another busy week ahead of us. Warialda this weekend. Looking forward to that. Good luck to those heading to Warialda and Wynarka. Please stay safe and have lots of fun. But more importantly, stay tuned for the next episode of Frogs Hollow TV. Cheerio.
Catch us all later, and you get some sleep.
I need it.